Picture divine beings, older than the stars themselves, walking among mortals as humble wanderers, their ancient powers veiled to save a world teetering on the edge of darkness. In J.R.R. Tolkien's Middle-earth, the Istari, 5 wizards, carry the flame of hope against the shadow of Sauron, a force of malevolence threatening to engulf all that is good. They are not spellcasting sorcerers, conjuring fireballs, or wielding arcane might, but guides of wisdom. Their story, a rich tapestry woven with threads of sacrifice, triumph, and betrayal. From Gandalf's radiant courage, which lights the path to victory, to Saruman's tragic fall into the abyss of ambition, their saga pulses with the heartbeat of Tolkien's Legendarium, a world of unparalleled depth and beauty. Are you ready to uncover 10 truths about these enigmatic figures, drawn from the sacred pages of The Silmarillion, The Lord of the Rings, Unfinished Tales, and beyond? Let us embark on a journey through the Istari's tale, where starlight meets mortal resolve, and discover why their legacy endures as a beacon of hope in a world beset by shadow. Long before the sun and moon graced the skies, before the mountains rose or the seas found their shores, Eru Ilúvatar, the One, crafted the Ainur, divine spirits born from the boundless depths of his thought. Among them were the mighty Valar, the powers of the world, and their lesser kin, the Maia, who together sang the music of the Ainur, a celestial symphony that wove the universe into existence. Through their song, Arda, the world of Middle-earth, was born, a realm of beauty and peril. Eons passed, and the Valar descended to shape this newborn world. But their struggles against Morgoth, the first Dark Lord and Sauron's master, left scars upon the land. The war for the sake of the elves shattered the Earth's earliest landscapes, and the War of Wrath, which ended Morgoth's reign, drowned entire continents beneath the waves. When Númenor, the great island of men, fell in the Second Age, the world's very shape was altered, a testament to the devastating power of divine conflict. By the Third Age, as Sauron's shadow grew, the Valar faced a profound dilemma. How could they oppose this Maia-turned tyrant without risking further destruction? Their answer was a masterstroke of restraint and wisdom. They sent the Istari, 5 Maia, chosen to guide the free peoples, elves, men, and dwarves against Sauron, without unleashing the catastrophic might of divine intervention. Clothed in mortal bodies, these wizards endured the frailties of hunger, fear, and mortality, their vast powers curtailed to safeguard Arda from the collateral damage of godly wars. Named Istari, meaning those who know, in the elvish tongue of Quenya, they were tasked by Manwë, king of the Valar, to inspire unity and courage rather than dominate with force. This divine restraint, rooted in Tolkien's unfinished tales, sets the Istari apart from the sorcerers of other fantasy tales, their mission a delicate balance of wisdom over raw might, a testament to Tolkien's vision of power tempered by humility. But who were these 5 chosen Maia, and what forces shaped their sacred quest? In the hallowed texts of unfinished tales, Tolkien names the Istari, each a unique reflection of the Valar who chose them. Curumo, who became Saruman the White; Olorin, known to all as Gandalf the Grey; Iwendil, called Radagast the Brown; and Alatar and Palando, the elusive blue wizards, whose names echo faintly in the annals of Middle-earth. Each was selected by a Valar, their purpose intertwined with their patron's essence, a divine alignment that shaped their roles in the world. Saruman, a pupil of Aule, the Valar of craft and creation, mastered the lore of machines and the art of artifice, his mind sharp with the intricacies of invention. Gandalf, guided by Manwë, the Lord of the Airs, and Varda, the Lady of the Stars, learned the profound ways of pity and compassion from Nienna, the Valar, of sorrow and mercy. Radagast, sent by Yavanna, the giver of fruits and protector of nature, cherished the creatures and forests that breathed life into Middle-earth. The Blue Wizards, chosen by Orome, the hunter of monsters, pursued the shadows of evil in distant lands, their paths diverging from the tales of the West. Once divine singers who lent their voices to the music of creation, these Maia now walked as weathered old men. Their memories of Valinor dimmed, like dreams glimpsed through a misty veil. Saruman, clad in radiant white, assumed leadership of the Order, his bearing proud and commanding. Gandalf, robed in humble grey, bore a hidden strength that belied his unassuming guise. Radagast tended to the heart of nature, his presence a quiet solace. The Blue Wizards ventured into the uncharted east and south, their fates shrouded in mystery, their names barely whispered in the chronicles. This diversity, craft, compassion, stewardship, and pursuit shaped their roles as Tolkien weaves a rich tapestry of purpose, each Istari a unique thread in the grand design of Middle-earth's salvation. Among these five, one wizard's light would shine brightest, piercing even the darkest shadow to guide the world to victory. Why did Gandalf become the savior of Middle-earth? Olorin, known to all as Gandalf, was initially reluctant, his heart heavy with fear of Sauron's formidable might. Yet Manwë chose him for his profound humility, as recounted in the sacred pages of Unfinished Tales. His influence is unmatched in its scope, a subtle yet pervasive force that shaped the fate of Arda. He sent Bilbo Baggins, a hobbit of unassuming courage, on the quest that uncovered the One Ring, a discovery that would alter the course of history. He guided Frodo, Bilbo's heir, on the perilous journey to destroy that same ring, a task that defied the might of Mordor. He rallied great leaders, Aragorn, the heir of Isildur, Theoden, king of Rohan, and Denethor, steward of Gondor, against the relentless armies of Sauron, forging alliances where despair might have prevailed. Subtler acts proved equally vital. He befriended the great eagles, whose wings would carry hope in moments of dire need. He mentored Faramir, imbuing him with the wisdom to spare Frodo and the ring. And he ensured Sam's steadfast loyalty, a bond that sustained Frodo through the darkest trials. When Gandalf fell to the Balrog in the depths of Moria, his sacrifice seemed to mark the end. Yet Eru Ilúvatar, the One, sent him back as Gandalf the White, his power enhanced to lead the desperate charge at the Black Gate, as chronicled in The Lord of the Rings. Tolkien praises Gandalf's fidelity in his letters, noting that he never sought personal glory, his every action devoted to the greater good. His wisdom wove every major victory, from the humble hearths of the Shire to the fiery gates of Mordor, fulfilling the Istari's charge to kindle hope in the hearts of the free peoples. Gandalf's journey, from a grey wanderer leaning on a staff to a white rider clad in light, embodies the triumph of sacrifice, a radiant beacon in Tolkien's world, a testament to the power of humility and perseverance. Yet, not all wizards held true to their sacred mission, and one would fall into shadow. What led Saruman to stray from the path of wisdom? Curumo, the White Wizard, began as the Istari's leader, chosen for his vast knowledge under Ole, the Valar of Craft, who also taught Sauron, as revealed in Unfinished Tales. His early travels to the east, possibly even to the dark lands of Mordor, sparked a dangerous obsession with the lore of rings, as hinted in the foreword to The Lord of the Rings. By the Third Age, Saruman coveted the One Ring for himself, his heart consumed by a desire to wield its power and rule Middle-earth. He deceived his allies, delaying action against Sauron to buy time for his own schemes. His words cloaked in cunning. His envy flared when another received a gift he deeply craved, a moment we will explore in due course. Using the Palantir, a seeing stone that linked his mind to Saruman's will was ensnared, though he served neither Sauron nor the Free Peoples fully, carving his own treacherous path. His betrayal at Isengard, where he raised an army of orcs to challenge both Mordor and the West, and his final pitiful fall in the Shire, where he met his end as a beggar, reveal a tragic truth, as detailed in The Lord of the Rings. Tolkien warns in his letters that pride can corrupt even the wisest, a lesson embodied in Saruman's descent. His fall stands in stark contrast to Gandalf's unwavering loyalty, a sobering reminder of the Istari's moral divide, where the choice between service and self-interest shaped their destinies. While Saruman faltered, another wizard found solace in the natural world, his heart attuned to a different calling. Who was Radagast, and why did he turn from the war against Sauron? Iwendil, known as Radagast the Brown, was Yavanna's emissary, devoted to the flora and fauna that breathed life into Middle-earth, as described in Unfinished Tales. From his home in Rosgobel, nestled near the shadowed eaves of Mirkwood, he befriended beasts, particularly birds, who served as his eyes and ears across the land, carrying tidings of friend and foe alike. Radagast aided Gandalf unwittingly, relaying Saruman's summons and sending the great eagles to Orthanc, where Gandalf was imprisoned, as seen in The Lord of the Rings. Though Tolkien suggests in his letters that Radagast strayed from his mission, prioritizing the care of nature over the affairs of men, his contributions were far from trivial. His eagles rescued Gandalf from the pinnacle of Orthanc, a pivotal moment that allowed the Grey Wizard to continue his work. His deep knowledge of Mirkwood's paths and perils supported allies in their struggles against the encroaching darkness. Radagast's simplicity, his love for the smallest sparrow and the mightiest oak, reflects Yavanna's devotion to all creation, offering a gentle counterpoint to Saruman's towering ambition. His quiet role underscores the Istari's diversity. Some fought openly on the fields of battle, others aided in subtler, yet no less vital ways. Radagast's legacy of harmony, of tending to the living world, reminds us that even the smallest acts can send ripples through Tolkien's grand narrative, touching the fates of heroes and kingdoms alike. Far from Radagast's verdant forests, two wizards ventured into uncharted lands, their paths diverging into mystery. Are you captivated by the Istari's tale? Share this journey with fellow Tolkien fans and tell us which wizard's story resonates most with your heart. Subscribe for more Middle-earth lore and let us keep exploring the wonders of Arda together. Now let us turn our gaze to the east, where the blue wizards carved their own enigmatic path. What fate befell the blue wizards, Alatar and Palando? Chosen by Orome, the Valar of the Hunt, these two Maia journeyed to the distant east and south of Middle-earth, their stories shrouded in the mists of legend, as outlined in Unfinished Tales. In 1954, Tolkien speculated they may have failed in their mission, perhaps founding secret cults or even falling into Sauron's service, their names lost to the chronicles of the West. Yet, in 1973, he reimagined them as Morinectar, meaning Darkness Slayer, and Romestamo, meaning East Helper, arriving in the Second Age to disrupt Sauron's dominion, as noted in the peoples of Middle-earth. By stirring rebellion among the men of the East, they weakened Sauron's armies, sowing discord that aided pivotal victories like the Last Alliance, where elves and men stood united against Mordor. Though their deeds are absent from the tales of the West, their subtle influence ensured the survival of the Free Peoples, preventing Sauron's forces from overwhelming the lands of Gondor and Rohan. Tolkien's evolving vision transforms the Blue Wizards from potential traitors into unsung heroes, their ambiguity adding a layer of depth to the Istari's saga. Their story, like a half-remembered song, invites us to ponder the unseen battles that shaped Middle-earth's fate, a testament to Tolkien's genius in crafting narratives that resonate beyond the page. The wizards' efforts, whether in the East or West, often converged in a council of the wise, where their true impact was felt. How did the Istari shape Middle-earth's resistance against Sauron? The White Council, formed in Third Age 2463, united the wisest leaders of the West: Galadriel, Elrond, Círdan, Gandalf, and Saruman, to counter Sauron's growing threat, as recorded in the Silmarillion. In 2063, Gandalf's daring probe into Dol Guldur, Sauron's southern stronghold, exposed the necromancer as the Dark Lord himself, sparking a 400-year period known as the Watchful Peace, during which Sauron's forces lay dormant. When Sauron returned, his power waxing once more, Galadriel favored Gandalf as the council's leader, valuing his wisdom and resolve, but Gandalf declined, cherishing his freedom as a wanderer, and Saruman took charge as detailed in Unfinished Tales. Saruman's deceit, driven by his secret desire for the One Ring, delayed an attack on Dol Guldur until 2941, when Gandalf's relentless insistence finally drove Sauron from his lair, an event coinciding with the adventures recounted in The Hobbit. Tolkien notes Saruman's cunning devices were key to this victory, yet his motives were tainted by self-interest, as seen in The Lord of the Rings. The Council's final meeting in 2953 saw Saruman isolate himself, retreating to Isengard to plot his own rise to power. The White Council showcases the Istari's dual roles, Gandalf's foresight and Saruman's duplicity, proving pivotal in Middle-earth's defense, a delicate balance of unity and betrayal that shaped the course of the Third Age. One elf's insight, however, would alter the Istari's course forever, setting the stage for Gandalf's greatest triumphs. Why did Círdan, the ancient shipwright, entrust Gandalf with a power beyond his peers? As recounted in Unfinished Tales, Círdan, the master of the Grey Havens, greeted the Istari upon their arrival in Middle-earth, his eyes keen with the wisdom of ages. When he beheld Gandalf, stooped and grey, he saw a hidden strength beneath the wizard's humble guise, a spark of divine resolve that outshone even Saruman's proud bearing. Around Third Age 1000, Círdan made a fateful choice. He gave Gandalf Narya, the Ring of Fire, one of the 3 elven rings forged by Celebrimbor, as described in The Lord of the Rings. This act bypassed Saruman, the leader of the Istari, igniting a spark of envy that would fester in his heart. Tolkien explains Círdan's foresight. Narya, with its power to kindle courage, would amplify Gandalf's ability to inspire hope across Middle-earth, from the hobbits of the Shire to the kings of Gondor. The ring's influence bolstered Gandalf's efforts, shaping victories like the Battle of the Pelennor Fields, where hope triumphed over despair. Círdan's choice validated Gandalf's unique worth among the Istari, a subtle yet profound moment that shifted the fate of Middle-earth. It underscores Tolkien's enduring theme. Trust in the humble, in those who seek no glory, can change the course of history. Bound by mortal limits, the Istari faced challenges unlike any Maia before them, their divine essence constrained in ways that tested their resolve. What restrained the Istari's divine might, setting them apart from their Maia kin? Unlike Sauron or the Balrogs, who wielded unchecked power with devastating consequences, the Istari were bound by the Valar's decree, as outlined in unfinished tales. Encased in aging mortal bodies, they endured the frailties of hunger, weariness, and the ever-present threat of death, their Maia essence suppressed to prevent the destruction their full power might unleash. Tolkien describes their memories of Valinor, the Blessed Realm, as visions seen from afar, faint echoes that force them to learn the ways of Middle-earth anew, like travelers in a strange land. Their powers, manifested in wisdom, persuasion, or subtle acts, like Gandalf's command of fire or Radagast's communion with beasts, were restricted to avoid dominating the Free Peoples, a mandate from Manwë that ensured they guided rather than ruled. This stood in stark contrast to Sauron's tyranny, which sought to enslave all life. Even Saruman's fall, tragic and profound, stemmed from mortal desires, pride, envy, and ambition, rather than the divine strength he once possessed. These constraints highlight Tolkien's profound theme. True power lies not in dominance, but in sacrifice, in the choice to serve others over self. The Istari's mortal guise, with all its limitations, made their victories, achieved through counsel, courage, and quiet perseverance, all the more remarkable, a cornerstone of their enduring legacy. Through these trials, the Istari left an indelible mark on Middle-earth's history, their efforts shaping the destiny of a world. How did the Istari shape Middle-earth's destiny? Their mission a beacon in the darkness. Their charge, to thwart Sauron without force, reshaped the fate of Arda, as chronicled in The Lord of the Rings. Gandalf's orchestration of the One Ring's destruction stands as their greatest triumph, weaving heroes like Frodo, Aragorn, and Éowyn into a tapestry of victory that spanned the breadth of Middle-earth. The Blue Wizards, per Tolkien's later vision in the peoples of Middle-earth, played a crucial role in the East, stirring resistance among men and curbing Sauron's dominion. Their efforts bolstering Western victories like the Last Alliance and the defense of Gondor. Radagast's subtle aid, through his network of eagles and his intimate knowledge of Mirkwood's perils, supported the Free Peoples in their hour of need. His quiet contributions a vital thread in the larger weave. Even Saruman, despite his betrayal, inadvertently weakened Sauron by dividing the focus of evil, his ambition creating chaos that the West could exploit. Tolkien emphasizes the Istari's legacy as one of inspiration in his letters. They ignited hope in the hearts of the Free Peoples, proving that wisdom, unity, and courage could overcome even the darkest of shadows. As Gandalf sailed west to the undying lands, Middle-earth stood free, its skies cleared of Sauron's tyranny, a testament to the Istari's profound and far-reaching impact. Their story, a blend of light and shadow, reminds us that even a veiled light can banish darkness, a truth that echoes far beyond the pages of Tolkien's Legendarium. The Istari's saga is the beating heart of Middle-earth, a narrative of divine beings who chose to walk among mortals, to share their burdens, and to light the way forward. Will you carry their tale forward, a spark of starlight in your own journey? Spellbound by the Istari's journey, share this tale with friends and tell us which wizard inspires you most. Subscribe for more Middle-earth lore, from the hobbits of the Shire to the dragons of the North, and let us keep Tolkien's world alive. Until next time, may your path be ever lit by starlight.